requested him for the offering the valedictory address. He is immediately accepted in spite of his busy schedule in the government. He is very busy man. He is running short of time throughout his 24 hours every day. So in spite of that, he has accepted our invitation, and welcome sir for this valedictory function. And I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam. Madam has said that the busy schedule, Madam is supposed to leave by 4:30. In spite of that, Madam is want to join because 2 days scientific deliberation was very excellent, Madam. Every scientist witnessed that. So, Dr. Lakshmanan, the Managing Director of the NANO venture, for this valedictory function. And suppose he has to be, by this time he has to be in USA. That was he was saying when I was called him. So, very sorry, I could not be available. I will be on US that time. But anyhow, we are fortunate that we have our good alumni of TNAU, who is the presently Managing Director of NANO venture for this. Welcome, sir. And I welcome the head of the department and organizing secretary of this conference, Dr. Gomadi Madam. Welcome, Madam. I welcome all the dignitaries and our former head of the department, KSSR, and other dignitaries from other states, and all the head of the department, my friend, all the students, everyone, I welcome for this valedictory function. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Some of the dignitaries on the dais. Felicitation.
Respected Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Dr. Gita Lakshmi, and the Chief Guest of today's evening, Professor Alagusundaram, and good evening everyone. So, I feel honored to stand before you in this session, and it's a nostalgic memories for me. So only I have shifted the position. But it's a good memories whenever I stand in this podium, in this auditorium. So thank you very much for the organizers for having invited me. Fine, actually, I feel that it's the right time that this global conference on Nano Connect has been organized by Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. So I extend my appreciation and compliments to our Honorable Vice Chancellor and the entire organizing committee for arranging this program in right time. Why I am saying right time means now nanotechnology is extending its wings in almost all sectors, from medicine to agriculture to defense to cosmetics to almost all sectors. Nanotechnology it's expanding its wings and it's getting evolved day by day. So it's right time that bringing people of different walks of life, and very importantly bringing stakeholders, policymakers, particularly industrial people, and as well as other stakeholders, and also trying to create a connect between science and stakeholders is very important. That is the need of the day. So whenever I used to talk with our Honorable Vice Chancellor, I always says that there is no dearth for knowledge or technology or other things in this university. We have a lot of technologies and we have a lot of innovations, and this is a time and this is an opportunity where we can bring out those innovations. That is one thing. Second thing is it's a win-win situation for both the innovators and as well as the stakeholders. So it's an opportunity for the stakeholders to understand what is happening, what's new happening in the field of nanotechnology. That's one. At the same time, scientists, like not only scientists, students, that's very, very important, particularly the PG students, you will get an opportunity to understand what the industries are needing. This is not, so that I think you can plan demand-driven research. This is very, very important. There is no point of doing research in isolation. So doing research in coordination with the stakeholders, particularly industries, is very important. So once you do that, then whatever you do, you can also identify the low-hanging fruits. So which area I can just concentrate.
where there is a real need is where there is a real need, when there, what are the trust areas. So all these things could be possible through concepts or through conferences like this, and so that's why I feel that it's the right time that you have done it. So when actually I was going through the conference topics, and of course it's well spread out, and you have covered most of the topics of today's interest, starting from nano agro inputs, nano food systems, and sensor and related things. Next, energy and environment, and finally, very importantly, the regulatory and as well as the biosafety protocols. So all these topics more or less is covered, and I'm not going to go in depth about all these nano concepts or nano systems or nanotechnology, because you have had enough for the past 2 days. So what are the limited time available? Just I want to again explain what is happening as far as the in the commercial angle is concerned. Where actually, as I mentioned, where the low-hanging fruits are there, where the students and scientists bend their back and work, so that whatever the efforts they put, that can be transformed into technologies, and ultimately the science will reach the stakeholders. So that's what the next the 5 minutes I want to explain. So just to start with, basically we are from Agriculture University and farm graduates. You all know that agro inputs are very important. So how to connect agro inputs and nanotechnology? And the foremost thing, or the way by which you can create a direct impact of nanotechnology in agro inputs is increasing the use efficiency. That is what needed nowadays. So I want to separate these agro inputs into two major sectors. One is agro inputs for crop nutrition, and other one is for crop care. If you just look into these two sectors, and if you just look into the use efficiency, and it's an area where you need to work a lot. And that's why I used to say that when I studied soil science, my soil science professor used to tell that use efficiency of urea is around 30%, use efficiency of phosphatic fertilizers is around 16% or 70%, and potassium is around 20%. When I took the class, I told the same old story, and my students also telling the same thing of the same use efficiency. For the past 6 decades or 7 decades, just we are telling the same thing. And of course, there is no significant impact on increasing the use efficiency of these major nutrients, NPK. Then if you talk about these micronutrients, just if you talk about the use efficiency of zinc, and it's only maximum reported is 3 or 4%. If you apply zinc sulfate into the soil, 3 to 4% is use efficiency. So just imagine, and how long we are going to tell, and how far we are going to go. So there is a need for technology. And when you talk about the need for the technology, that's what nanotechnology is stepping, increasing the use efficiency of any nutrients, starting from all these NPK, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, zinc, boron, iron, manganese, molybdenum. So all these major, all these essential nutrients. So that use efficiency can be increased by nanosystems, and probably Dr. KS is there, and IFCO has been working on this one, and all these nano fertilizers. And thanks to Dr. KS, I always consider him as father of nanotechnology and nanofertilizers for actually as far as TNAU is concerned, because he put the first step towards nanotechnology. Because I just again, it's a nostalgic memories, 2010 and 11, how much I think he and his entire team struggled to create the system. At that time, 2010, nano was really a buzzword. And at that time, just no one is a born nanotechnologist. Basically, I'm a microbiologist that has got the soil science background. See, we learned, then we created things. So, so from that, now I'm very happy that we have come a long way. So 2024, now I think these nano fertilizers and so much, and thanks to KS sir for initiating such research. So why I'm saying that one is, because of the surface area to volume ratio, these nano fertilizers are playing a huge role. So because of that, we are increasing the use efficiency, and now we are changing the attitude of the farmers. Because urea is available in subsidized price. Hope you all know that 145 kg of urea bags is being sold for just 225 rupees or less than 250 rupees. But hope you know that the manufacturing cost is almost close to 1,500 rupees, 145 kg or 50 kg bag. So imagine, so that much is subsidized. When something is subsidized and the real value is not, this leads to nutrient imbalance or overuse of one nutrient. So that is why the use efficiency has to be increased and nanotechnology plays a role. So this is in the case of crop nutrition. So that is what still students you want to work, just work on new nanosystems. There are so many nanosystems which you can use to increase the use efficiency of these nutrients. How we are going to tag the nutrient with the nanosystems and thereby increase the use efficiency. This is first one. Second is crop care. Again, the situation is so painful in the case of crop care. The quantum of pesticides, the quantum of crop production chemicals we are dumping into the soil or we are dumping into the ecosystem is too huge. But again, the use efficiency is too low. So there also nanotechnology plays a very huge role. And it's nothing but site-specific delivery of insecticide. And also by you achieving maximum by using minimum. Those things can be possible using nanosystem. And very importantly, whether it is crop nutritional formulation or crop care formulation, nanotechnology plays a big role in developing new innovative formulations. When I talk new innovative formulation, again, there is no point of just identifying new chemical molecule. There are so many amazing plant-based molecules are available in our system, in our hand. For example, alkaloids, terpenoids, which are derived from plants, starting from acid reacting. There are so many things. But unfortunately, these terpenoids and alkaloids, they have an integral disadvantage of losing its stability when they are extracted. You all know the history of acid reacting. Acid reacting loses its effectiveness when they are exposed to sunlight. So how we can create a new formulation using the same old acid reacting, using the same old terpenoids or alkaloids which are plant derived. There is no problem of biosafety. So the only thing is you have to create a formulation. For that formulation, nanosystems are the amazing, what I'm saying is candidates. So that's what I'm saying that. So these are just what is happening in my mind. I'm saying that now industries are ready to fund. Industries are ready to work. If you just able to, or if you have a technology to increase the use efficiency. So that is what the need of the day. That is the mantra for agro inputs. How we are going to increase the use efficiency. If you could increase the use efficiency of zinc from 4% to 15%, just imagine. That's a big quantum jump. So of course we are going with chelated zinc and other things, but I can do only once. But if you just tack that one into encapsulation, if you do the surface modification, why the use efficiency is less? Because of the charge. If you could just do the surface modification, if you make it as a pseudo-ionic concept, so that use efficiency can be increased. So I am saying that these are the areas where there is a huge potential as far as nano agro inputs is concerned. So then moving to the next sector of your deliberation is nano food systems. And in nano food systems, nanotechnology can play to improve the quality of the food, number one. Second one is processing, packaging, and increasing the bioavailability. When I say that quality of the food means, yes, number one. The second one is even detecting any contaminations, residues, where sensors play a major role. So that's an area, then processing and packaging. So if you want to connect me, nanotechnology and food systems, there are two areas where you can work very well. One is encapsulation. If you are strong in encapsulation, if you could able to use nanotechnology for encapsulation, nano encapsulation, you can master the art of delivering nutrients in various systems, whether it is human or animal or anything. So the encapsulation, nano encapsulation plays a huge role. Then of course, nano coatings of food systems. These are the areas fast coming up. And if you could concentrate, particularly to the students, PG students, we could able to concentrate on this encapsulation. If you master that out, so then in the food systems and other, there is a huge requirement for industries. Then probably the third topic, I think, which has been deliberated in this Nano Connect conference is all about nano diagnosis and as well as sensors. And there is also, again, you cannot separate nanotechnology and sensors. What's the biggest problem in diagnosis and sensors? How we can combine speed and accuracy. there's a trade-off relationship between speed and accuracy. If you want, sometimes you have to lose one thing to achieve the second. But we have the luxury of QDs, quantum dots. So they have the ability of accuracy and as well as speed. You can detect everything using these nano systems. So if you want to just work on these nano diagnostics and sensors, probably QDs are the best candidates where you can just put your mind and you can take that particular research forward. So the next, probably the area just people are working is, I think, it's energy and environment. Okay, so when you talk about energy, so now entire world is talking as far as energy is concerned, two areas. One is clean energy, and the second one is energy storage. These are the big problems. If you have any technology for clean energy and energy storage, yes, it's a hot cake to sell. And clean energy, when you talk about clean energy, yes, you cannot, what I'm saying is forget about this solar energy, which is fast coming. So what's the real requirement for this solar energy is how to make that solar cells energy efficient. That is the need of the day. Solar cells, which is nothing but the wafers, we call in commercial wafers. If you could increase efficiency, how do you increase efficiency? In solar cells, they convert your solar energy into electrical energy. You all know that the solar cells, the wafers are coated with one metal base. This is called as metallization of solar cells. So, and 3 nanosystems play major roles in clean energy or making a solar cells or wafers more energy efficient. One is titanium dioxide, second one is silica, and of course, third one is your silver nanoparticle, and of course, aluminum. So in solar cells, the top you are coating with silver, and the bottom wafer is coated with aluminum. Because as our company is working on these areas, I know the importance. And hope you know that the solar paste, which is coated on the solar cells, it's no production company is available in India. So we are depending the technology from China and Europe. And hope you know that 1 gram of the paste, minimum 10 to 12,000 rupees. Then imagine 1 kg, what's the cost? So basically what it contains, it's a combination of silver nanoparticle in the range of micron to nano, that window you have to create. So these are the areas, even in the case of, I'm talking about clean energy and other thing. Then the next one is energy storage. Nowadays, you can create an energy. If you don't have a technology to store the energy, so then the energy produced is wasted. So the energy storage is very important, and you know that lithium-ion batteries, electrodes, coated with nanosystems. And now, you know that electric vehicles, now we have EV vehicles which can travel even 1,000 kilometers without charging. And you have to thank nanotechnology. You have to thank that electrodes which are impregnated with nanosystems. So that is a fast coming up area where I think you can just probably engineering students who want to put their mind in nanotechnology can work on these areas. So these are again having a huge commercial impact. So these are some of the things which I can say these are the low-hanging fruits. You have something to work, and if you need any projects, industries are ready to work with TNAU or any centers, because these are the areas now any company, for example, if you say that I'm working on a silver paste, I have technology, probably you call me. The next week or next day you will have a project in your hand. So that is the power of technology, but the only thing is you have to have the focus. There are so much area is there, but what is your focus? Which area I can concentrate? Where there is a real what an impact is happening. So once you identify, I strongly felt this platform should enlighten the students, and this platform should develop that connect. I just look into Nano Connect in a different sense. This should connect science and stakeholders. If this particular conference has done that particular objective, then the job is done. That's what I'm saying, because I think top people from industries are sitting. So they have a lot of dollars in their hand to fund, I know. So that is why, so if you have that proper technology, I know pretty well that there is no dearth for funds, but what you are going to hit, That is very important.
So we feel with the help of our Honorable Vice Chancellor and sitting some top people are there, they are guiding you in the right direction. Then of course the final your research area is concept of this nano connect is on regulatory protocol and biosafety. And again, you have to thank to our again Dr. KSS, who
A macromolecule which is converted into nano. And when you use a macromolecule or when you choose a macromolecule from natural things, for example, if you use chitosans, cellulose and other things, then you need not worry much about this outcome of that nano product, because basically it is from a natural material. But when you are working on some QDs, quantum dots, when the size is less than 10 nanometer, or when you are working on synthetic or engineered nanoparticles, carbon nanotubes, so that comes the problem of biosafety much. But other than that, when you are working systems, when you depend on natural molecules as a source to convert that molecule for downsizing to nano, there won't be much problem as far as biosafety is concerned. Then of course regulatory protocol, now the Government of India, we have to thank Government of India, just they are helping in a big way as far as nano is concerned. So now there are so many companies into nano fertilizers and nano formulation. So I think things are happening. That's what I think from 2010 to past 2024, now India has come to a position where India is the country which has launched nano fertilizer first time in the world. And so that is the biggest thing happened in India. So I think we always face a lot of positive and negative negative comments, but I always feel that a comments or a criticism or anything will make the science to grow. So I think when whether it is a voice, whether a positive voice or negative voice, when the voice is here, means we are growing. So now nanotechnology is certainly growing in India, and I strongly feel that conferences like this will certainly fuel the fire within within this nano family. I strongly feel that this sort of conference should help the young researchers, particularly again and again I am saying that students. So I think I expected more students to be there, because I could see that the conference participants and as well as students of nanotechnology, I always feel that there should be a cross-learning. So nanotechnology is just a part. Nanotechnology is not everything. Please understand, nanotechnology is not everything. So when you connect the dots, when you just work in coordination with other faculties and departments, there really comes the real growth, the real technology. So that's why I always feel that students should work in coordination. Nano students or anybody should work in coordination with other faculties. But I strongly feel that things will happen in the due course. And so I once again thank and compliment the entire organizers for conducting such a nice program, and also for inviting me for this valedictory function. So I wish everyone the good success in all your future endeavors, particularly the student fraternity. Just focus, that's what I am saying, that identify what you do. So every day what you spend in the laboratory, work with your focus and with a lot of positive attitude. And certainly I think if you do these two things, and you can create something which can have a positive impact to the society. So once again, thank you very much and all the best. Thank you.
Day of September 5 and 6, 2 days were chosen. Initially we get the inauguration, the Vice Chancellor made it to happen. Vice Chancellor functionalized the whole mass with the flagging of several issues which energized us to listen to all the presentation. The chief guest of the morning, yesterday's morning, was Dr. Chowdhury. The Chowdhury is the Deputy Director General of ICR NRM. After the inauguration is over, Gomadi put all the things together, made us 5 important ingredients in the capsule. Dr. Lakshman and I, we worked together in 2011. We conducted Nano Agri with the same 5 concepts. It was an instant intelligence, we get the same mindset. After 15 years, we have got lots of deliverables. In 2011, we spoke everything from internet. Now we have the deliverables. Many nano factories have come, many things to happen. Thanks to the Vice Chancellor for giving me opportunity to share my thought. And how exactly we organize, there are 5 theme areas in which we worked, apart from one panel discussion. First session is on nano agri input. As Lakshman says, the use efficiency to be improved, There are 3 presentations were made. I myself made 1 presentation. Though we talk of nano fertilizer with macronutrients at this point, certainly we should go forward with secondary and micronutrients. More importantly, we need to have the technology capsule. That is the message. Our multi-nutrient capsule, we should do it for years to come. That is the first message. The second message from crop, nano agri input, as he rightly mentioned, there is no insecticide or fungicide nano form has come to the country. TNAU is the lead player in this particular process. Certainly students, scientists should work on nanopesticide, precisely how the pesticide could be delivered and the dose could be minimized. So if any program, I think industry will be come forward to help. That is the second message. Third message is the seed is an important input. It's a smart delivery input. It can deliver anything you wanted. We developed a nanofiber coating. We identified several nanoparticles that was presented. One of the best nanoparticle for seed dressing is zinc oxide. That helped I explain the mechanism. So these are the 3 messages from the first presentation that was done by me. There are other 2 presentations. One presentation was shared by Dr. Muthukumar. He connected from United States. He has a message that nano inputs are very small quantity. Nano inputs are very precise. We need to deliver where it is required. He says that we need to marry, that nano guys should marry with drone guys, so that the delivery would be very precise to where it is required, how it is to be delivered. We can improve the productivity without associated loss. Certainly, Muthukumar is our own alumni from agronomy. Certainly, we can think about this type of delivery system in days to come. The third presentation was from entomology. It is nano regulations to regulate the release of semiochemical molecules. They are attract insects. How, without insecticide, how it can be done. It was done by ICR scientist Dr. Kesavan and very intelligently presented, and these are the input messages from agri input. The second one is the nano food system. In nano food system, there are 3 areas have been covered: agriculture, animal husbandry and poultry. In human system, there are n number of products could be designed, and Vice Chancellor, when I was head of the department, was very impressed with the 3D printing. He was very impressed with the nanofiber coating. All messages are there in one institute called Nifton. He learned, and now she is Dr. Maria. I invited her to deliver a talk. She mentioned that everything is possible in nano world. She coated the chips with the nanomaterial. She improvised the bioavailability of certain compounds with the nanofiber coating. She did wonderful work. I think it is encapsulated many ideas we have to take forward from here. Our food scientists, particularly the community science, as well our own food process engineers, to take forward that messages. And the second message is from animal science. Dr. Hartwin presented, and he says that the animal system, we need to encapsulate certain compound, then only the animals get the bioavailability, for which he presented a concept. Very interesting concept. You can go through the paper. The last presentation is on animal system. He mentioned that the sperm viability could be improved with the help of nanoparticle. He also mentioned that the sex determination can be decided by nanoparticle. I think we have in plants, we have n number of problems. Palmyra is monoecious, it is not propagating. I mean, throughout the recent papaya, we have a problem of this thing, sex ratio. Shall we look at something like that when animal system is working? Already my student done work on sex determination of Palmyra. We can take forward from there. These are the food system. The third, the next one is the nano energy and environment. In this particular case, there are 2 messages has come. One message is about energy. The energy, there are n number of nanoparticles are there to improve the energy, improve the solar system, improvise the drying system, which is possible with the help of energy. The nanomaterials improve the heat efficiency that helps to do that. Simply you give the nano coating on the solar panel, which is more efficient than the regular ones. That's the way he presented. Another interesting point which is Sendil Rasu presented, he is from United Kingdom, connected from United Kingdom. He mentioned there are n number of feces method, animal feces, human feces. You can take the cellulose from the animal feces and human feces, make n number of biodegradable films. Of course, Gomudi is expert in biodegradable films. she extracted from the agro waste, and he was talking about poof. That is the good message we got it from that particular presentation. The last presentation in the technical session is the biosafety. Biosafety is a very important areas. Of course, we articulated the safety guideline. That is the one the government of India is adopted, and the entire country depend on TNAU. So more than KSS, TNAU is the important one. We have to thank the Vice Chancellor then and present and future whatnot. The university is very important than the individual. Certainly this is a good message. It is a landmark event. If any proposals or any ranking system, this should be highlighted. Certainly we will get a high mark for this, because the entire country, according to the earlier presentation, 8 crore bottles are sold out. 8 crore bottles, we service 4 crore acre, 40 million acre. 40 million acre covers nano fertilizer. The message comes from TNAU. So we should be feeling proud of that. Then Alok Adwale is a lead researcher in biosafety. He articulated the guideline along with me, and that is a guideline that is going to be revised in the future. And the last presentation is on nanomatics. This is a very important area, nanomatics. Pushpala has presented. Instead of going with the animal system, instead of going with the biological system, similar to bioinformatics, we can have a nanoinformatics, so that we can identify what material to be used, what material cannot be used. So these are the key messages which we got it from the presentation. We attended the session, and I got these messages. I am sure the organizing secretary to have a specifics of each session and present to the university for approval. So that can be done. The last one is the panel discussion. This is very important session, the panel discussion, in which we involve industries like IFCO, Coromandel, and another industry involved. 3 industries were involved. We involved one ICR scientist, Dr. Diva Bhagat. We involved one person from DST NANO mission, where we got about 3 to 4 crore of project when I was a researcher. And we involved those people, and they presented different approaches. I condensed it in a take-home message, 4 lines only. The first and foremost key messages is that industry is looking for invention. Industry is looking for product that is available with ICR, State Agriculture University, TNAU will take forward. When you present the product, you need to present in a complete shape, so that industry simply can take forward. The best part of Tamil Nadu Agriculture University is that, because we are a state agriculture university, government organization, any message comes from TNAU will take forward to the next level. That is the one key messages. Number 2, though we developed the guideline, there are some hinges like zeta potential, the stability. We produce crores of bottles, there is a stability is required. The stability need to be modified, for which the request was come from the comes from the industry. I think certainly TNA should work on stability of the nanomaterial, for which more research is required. The third key message from that would be nanomaterials or spurious materials are coming into the market. In the name of nano, though we always refer Coromandel and IFCO, there are small players in the market, they use buzzword as a nanomaterial. So that should be stopped with the proper regulation. The guidelines have been done, label claim has been set already. We make sure that there is another committee is going to be constituted to revise the guideline, so that more products can be accommodated in the guideline. That is also another request from the panel. The last one is a very interesting one. Madam will be liking that. I propose that the safety is very important. The industries depend on one or two organizations, they do the safety. One is in Chennai, another is in Lucknow. In both organizations, they do the safety like a routine activity, and they come up with the product. As an agriculture university, knowing fully aware of the chemistry of the plants, certainly we will be better, we can have a manpower, we can improvise it, set up a centralized facility, or which on behalf of TNAU, I put forth this point to DST NANO mission. If any help required, I can also help in this process, because I have a vision, I will help the madam as well, Gomati. Prepare a document, submit to DST NANO mission, that is the first one, but we can also look at other funding agencies, so that this lab would be TNAU is a truly referral laboratory. Anybody want to check the biosafety, TNA is the point of contact. So these are the key messages which I see that encapsulated in the capsule. Take the capsule, don't forget it. Whatever the energy level you have, you deliver it in terms of project, paper, pattern, process, whatnot. Thank you.
Sitting in the hall at the end of the day. This is the success of this particular international conference, and I'm really happy to see all of you here. So today's chief guest, Professor K. Alagusundaram, and he is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Tamil Nadu Food Processing and Agri-Export Promotion Corporation. Limitation for funding if you have got nice innovative ideas, and for which we had a very fruitful discussion. Thank you very much for helping all of us in executing some of the novel programs. And another important person who has joined with us, a very busy person, an academician, turned out to be an industrialist and then making it a very successful venture, Dr. Lakshmanan, my good old friend. Thank you, Lakshman, for coming here, for for giving lots and lots of information for the young students and how you can work innovatively and how you can become definitely an entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur. For all the suggestions, we are really delighted to hear from you. And NRM Director Dr. Balasubramaniam, who is toiling for the whole of the week, I should say, to make this as a very wonderful conference and a very successful conference. And Dr. Gopati, who is actually standing pillar for the success of this particular conference. And the people sitting in the front, especially Dr. KSS sir. Thank you, sir. It was a real crystallized. You have done it. We have enjoyed your this kind of crystallization during when you were the director of research. After every crop scientist meet, you used to give us kind of as you say, capsule. And today we enjoyed the same thing. And you know, like whoever has not attended the whole of the conference, now everybody has an idea that what has happened over the past 2 days, and really meaningful to listen to you. And you know, IFCO is working very closely with us, and they have funded for a network project, which is a huge amount they have funded, and we are doing a lot of interventions. Again, I am seeing representative from Coromandel. Of course, now KSS is Dr. KSS is representing Coromandel, and you know, Coromandel is also equally supporting and doing a lot of research with Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. All the other industry representatives, and you know, from the ICR, from the DST NANO mission representatives have come here, and all the student friends from different kind of sectors, and the people who gave knowledge through online, starting from US, Dr. Muthukumar, and also representative from UK. I'm really pleased to learn all the outcomes of this particular conference. You know, yesterday morning itself I have given a lot of my thoughts. So today I am not going to say anything more because I just want to leave some way to Alagusundaram sir to give. But the thing is, one or two points, just one or two points. One point is, you know, now the buzzword for every field and every person is the changing climatic condition. Climate change is one buzzword which is actually keeping all of us awake, and you know, kind of it is giving an opportunity, and also it's giving us a lot of stress. One thing is, as far as agriculture is concerned, and as Dr. Lakshman was saying, the use efficiency is very important. The use efficiency, you know, the climate change is also changing the use efficiency. It is reducing the use efficiency because of the warmer climatic conditions and keeping the rainfall fluctuations that keeps either flooded situation or, you know, extreme weather events, I mean to say. It is all becoming quite frequent. That also reduces the use efficiency. So under such conditions, we definitely need to see how we can increase the use efficiency. In that front, nanotechnology is playing a major role, a key role, I would say. But any innovation or invention, when it comes, people will have lot of speculations, especially the negative ideas they will put forth. You know, one bag of urea, how can it be replaced with one bottle of nano fertilizer? You know, things are coming like that, but they need to definitely understand the science. 10 to the power -9, so that means how much surface area is increased. So we have to definitely educate the people with the science behind the nanomaterial, so that it is becoming acceptable. And I am very happy, so much of area they have taken this nano fertilizers through many mission mode approach. They have taken it to the farmers. Now the nano word is not an unknown word to the farmers. Every farmer is now knowing because of the lot of extension system that is functioning. Even through Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, through our Iron Bomb project, we have taken lot of nano urea and other nano fertilizers to the farmers field. So this is one area where people have to really think using nano materials for increasing the use efficiency, especially as KSSR was saying, the nano fiber coating on the seeds, which can impregnate the nutrients as well as plant protection chemicals. You know, lots and lots of opportunities are available. Nano carbon tubes. Everything is coming into the market now, so we need to just take that into account. I'm very happy to listen to all of you, and very importantly the outcomes from the panel discussion, and it's very clear that the industries are looking forward for the new innovations. Definitely the scientists joining hands with the industrialists like sitting in the front, KSS and Lakshman, those people can definitely guide what is actually required, and they can guide our students whether they are in the system or outside the system. Still we consider both of you as our scientists only, so please help our scientists and students so that they can innovate more and more, and they can be useful to the society and also to the entire farming community in the country. And it is very important that nanomaterials are becoming, the stability is very, very important. That has come out as one of the key points in the panel discussion, because this was the biggest problem. And another important thing, as you said, regulation is really, really important. Anybody can just flood some materials, spurious material, and they can claim that they are giving so much of nano. But at the same time, we have to also give way for the people to enter with new ideas. The smaller players also have to be encouraged, but at the same time the regulation is really important. So I'm really again happy that we will be definitely submitting to the nano mission regarding the referral laboratory for the safety measures, nano safety measures, and that laboratory we will definitely work on it, and we will get the inputs from both the stalwarts sitting on the dais and off the dais, and we will put it up as a case to the nanovention for consideration. And I'm sure these 2 days of deliberation was really worth listening, and it was really fruitful to all of you to take some take-home messages and then to work on future in your endeavors. My hearty compliments to both the Director NRM as well as to the Head of the Department, Dr. Gomati, and also all the team members who have been contributing for the successful conduct of this particular meeting. My compliments and congratulations to all of you, and for the people, my best wishes who have listened to all the deliberations. Thank you so much for giving me a great opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Former Deputy Director General, Agricultural Engineering and...
Actually, I have nothing to speak, so there is no need of time. Most respected Vice Chancellor, I know her for a very long time as Dr. V. Geeta Lakshmi. And I have seen her, we have spoken many times, and in universities and all that. Probably the first time I saw her in close proximity for half a day in action. Second of all, I truly appreciate the fastness with which she walks. My dear friends, I have a habit of reading a lot of biographies, autobiographies, biographies. All the successful people in the world have always walked very fast. They never walk slow. Watch it. No successful man or woman, starting from Indira Gandhi to MGR to everybody in the world who have been successful, walked very fast. So if you want to be successful, you have to walk very fast. Vice Chancellor is doing that by habit. That's wonderful. Madam, I'm sure you are going to reach bigger heights. And Dr. Lakshman, who is going to take the telephone now, who is former PG Dean, now is IFCO Managing Director, and Dr. Balasubramaniam. Balasubramaniam is also a 30-year-old friend. He has never changed it. The same 30-year-old man continuously is full of energy, full of activity, full of running. Permission of Vice Chancellor, thank you very much for calling me. And Dr. Subramaniam, my friends, Dr. Ganapati, Dr. Balakrishnan, and all other students and everybody, good evening to all of you. Normally in a valedictory function we don't see so much of crowd. Second of all, as when the function starts, people sit in a crowd, and as the time goes away, they keep going away. Now here people are coming in. I am surprised people are coming in actually. My dear friends, what can I speak? What is the relationship between an engineer and nano? There may be, I have not worked in it. அமாவாசைக்கும் அப்துல் காதருக்கும் என்ன சம்பந்தம்ங்கறத கேள்வி. Then I know I will tell 3-4 examples that I came across where nano was kind of advancing. Number one is about 40 years ago in 1984 when I was a master degree student in the Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok. I took for my research, engineering research, a deep placement fertilizer applicator. A development of a deep placement fertilizer applicator in collaboration with IRRI. The necessity of deep placement of urea was necessary because all of you know, you are all agriculture scientists. Throwing the urea on the water basically leaches out. So you have to place it on the root zone 5 to 7 centimeter below the soil depth. So development of machine for that purpose was the need. So you know, my dear friends, slow release of things is very important. And I am sure nanotechnology must have solved this problem by now. So which I don't know. And today afternoon while coming from airport, I asked Dr. Balasubramaniam, he was mentioning there are foliar sprays that does all these activities nowadays very easily. So science advances. So the advanced sciences are taken by the industry. The second one is about 15 years ago. I was invited as a guest in the Karunya University by the biotechnology students and the engineering students. They were having some student competition. Now it is called a hackathon. In those days, hackathon word was not in the air. So they called it some student competition and all that on nano. And the students were showing me, you know, on their computers some animations. Animations nanobots. I'm sure nanobot must be a very common term. I'm talking about 15 years ago, 2009 or 10. And they were telling the delivery of the food in the right spot, or delivery of a medicine in the right spot to remove the illness of the body. It was a surprise to me, and I'm sure that surprise has become reality now, like people like Dr. Subramaniam and others. And third one, when I was a Deputy Director General in Delhi, I chaired this first committee on the application of pesticides using drones. Application of pesticide using drone was kind of, the committee conducted a lot of trials in many parts of the country and all that. I'm talking again about 6-7 years ago. That time drones was not popular. Drones were very rarely used for taking photographs, and that also required a lot of regulations. So the committee recommended that pesticide can go along with the drone application. But the major problem was many engineering problems, like the battery power and the length it can fly over, and will that length be economically viable and all that. On top of that, major problem was the volume of the material to be sprayed. So that was one of the main concern of the committee. And then we wanted formulations, ultra low volume formulations. That time not too many ultra low volume formulations were registered in this country. So that was the beginning. I'm telling you, everything in the beginning it looks very strange. But as the time goes along, they all become very simple actually. Things have become very simple now. And I'm sure now that, as he told, nano-based foliar sprays are available. Similar nano-based material sprayer must be available. And even Dr. Lakshman was telling that it must be selectively sprayed. We are also working in our institute in Bhopal and identify the crop damage and spray at the right spot. So drone application for nano formulations must be very, very important. And that was the committee felt at that time, and it is beginning to be reality. Still drones are not accepted very popularly, though knowing its economic feasibility. So sooner or later they will become. And the last one I like to mention, see my dear friends, the Tamil Nadu is eyeing on the $1 trillion economy. The $1 trillion economy by 2030. Now it is less than 1 trillion, whatever it is, Ganapati can support me on that. And the $1 trillion economy, achieving to that, it requires the food systems, food, agriculture export, agriculture-based product export will play very major role. At least 15 to 20% of this $1 trillion economy must come from that. This is the BCG committee report. If you have to achieve this $1 trillion economy, and if you want to achieve this 15 to 20% coming from agriculture-based product export, by selling it in India, it is a own consumption. But by selling overseas only, you can make profit out of it. And to do that, major problem we see, because I am the managing director of Agri Export Corporation. Major problem, majority of the exporters, industries face, food processing majors face is the testing. Residue testing, toxicity testing, and that additive testing, contamination testing. And if you want to export certain things to other countries, many countries have different regulations. Like Middle East, no regulation. If you want to export to Europe, there are many stringent regulations. America, even more stringent regulations. So you have to test it. Testing facilities are few. Testing costs are very high. Testing times are very long, so industry cannot export. So there is a very serious problem here. Well, who will address this serious problem? Nanotechnology scientists can address serious problem. This serious problem. Okay, no, I was reading. I said I was reading many things yesterday. One of the things was nano biosensors. If you people, somebody can find out biosensors, which can say there are. Absolutely, I know there are, but there must be a specific sensor for specific purposes. If you put this, you have to know what is this aflatoxin content is, and if you put this, you should know what is the heavy metal content is, and such kind of specific thing must come out. It cannot be, I have developed it, it will work. It is specific. That's very important. Therefore, my dear friends, this is a very important and serious problem that we all have. Not only Tamil Nadu, entire country has it. We are creating, this year they are going to create 100 more food testing laboratories. There are almost 300-400 food testing laboratories. They are all making money, but they are all very sluggish. So therefore, nano-based sensors are going to really be useful to this country. My dear friends, once again I am telling you, 2 minutes I will finish. I have about 35 years of work experience. Of this, I spent about 20 years of full-time teaching, about 15 years of research management. And then last 1 year, I am working on the field. First 35 years and last 1 year, there is a very big difference in the approach. This academic environment is happy, good. We do teaching, we do research, we develop technology, excellent, we write papers, as Dr. Subramaniam told, we take patents, we take this, we take that, we improve our biodata, CV. But the outside world, last 1 year experience, what we do here is, and what they want there is a very big difference. Unless we know what is the problem on the ground, we cannot do research based on what we know. We have to do research based on the need of the system. The system's need must be understood first. And then take mission mode projects. No, you cannot do project for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years unless it is a variety release where you have to test many generations. Here, certain technological things can go very quickly. We are slow in it. So select the problem on the field, mission mode, apply nanotechnology, solve it. This is really, it's going to break through. And you are going to be popular and make money if you come out with a wonderful technology. Thank you very much.
winners of Team 2 Nano Food Systems are Ms. K. Soumya Devi, Research Scholar, and Dr. M. Balamurugan, Associate Professor. The winners of Team 4 Nano in Energy and Environment other student category are Team 5 Biosafety and Regulations is Ms. G.B. Madhurishri. Now we request Dr. V.
So, distinguished guests and esteemed speakers and respected delegates and my dear friends, as the organizing committee and all participants. First and foremost, I would like to express our fervent thanks to our chief guest, Professor K. I thank Dr. A. Lakshmanan, MD of the Nano Invention of IFCO, have greatly enriched our discussions and have set a high benchmark for the future. Our deepest gratitude goes to our sponsors and whose generous support and unwavering commitment have made this conference a reality. I sincerely appreciate of your sponsorship in each and every moment of everything, includes everything of the conference, presence, sponsorships and your patience. A special thank you to the organizing committee and volunteers and my dear friends and my dear students. Your dedication, hard work and attention to detail have ensured the smooth running of this conference without any fail. I have never noticed anywhere. Without your tireless efforts in this event would not have been possible. To all our distinguished delegates and participants from around the globe, thank you for your active engagement and enthusiastic participation in the panel discussion. My successful story in my life, I can say the panel discussion encouraged each and every one of the participants as well the delegates and also the key speakers of this forum. And your contributions have made this conference a dynamic and productive experience, and we are grateful to the rich knowledge of ideas and knowledge that has been occurred over the past days for richest collaboration with TNAU for future endeavor from the corporate as well as from the different funding agencies of Government India. They have assured for one postdoc for nanotechnology students in DST. They have assured. Ask the students to apply for postdoc. It's a very good thing, encouraging and empowering the minds of the nanotech students for this global connect. The name itself, Connect. So it has already connect. The positive thought it's come from the Government of India. So we have to thank the funding agency also. Near future, we hope so will do. As Dr. Lakshmanan said and Dr. KSS and the Vice Chancellor, really it's a long dream process for quality checking lab for the nanotechnology. Already we have initiated. In DSC, they have issued for the technology enabling centers. They have issued to operate it in TNAU as the center. Then we would like to extend our thanks to the conference staff and service providers whose behind the scenes efforts have ensured that every aspect of this event has run seamlessly. Your support has been invaluable. As we close this conference, we reflect on the meaningful discussions, new collaborations and the wealth of knowledge that has been shared. We hope that the connections made, the Nano Connect, and the ideas generated here will continue to inspire and drive the force in progress in our respective fields. In closing, thank you once again to everyone who has played a role in making this conference a success. We look forward to future opportunities for collaboration and continued dialogues with partners and funding agencies. May the insights and experience gained here continue to inspire and influence our work moving forward. Safe travels that come from different places all over India as well from Tamil Nadu. Safe travels and best wishes to all. Thank you. That's it.